Call the Kearney R-1 Board of Education meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Darlene, are you there?
I am.
Darlene? Guess that was from yes. Brian Ham.
Here.
Dan Holloway.
Here.
John Kern.
Here.
Bree Switzer. Here. Susan Morman. Here. Mark Kelly.
Here. A quorum being present, entertain a motion to adopt the agenda.
Move that the agenda be approved as presented.
Second. All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Next, we have public comment. Folks, I know there are some people here tonight that wish to speak. There was some discussion about our policy. Our policy is clear that for public comment, it is supposed to be a matter that is on the agenda. Our form that accompanied it on the agenda is not the clearest. And so there may be some misunderstanding about what you could speak or not. Our policy also has a provision for and there's a format for that, which hasn't been followed by anyone in any of the applications tonight. Despite that, the public comment is for just that. It is comment by the public. It is limited to 3 minutes on the topic of which has been requested. At the end of 3 minutes, if you're not finalized, I will ask you to wrap up and we will give you a few moments to do that. But we will put you on notice that your time. This is a public meeting. It's a private meeting held in public. We want people to be mindful of the board's commitment that goes along with that and be respectful, and we will do the same. But we cannot and will not respond to specific comments. If it was on an agenda topic, you would ultimately see what our response is by how we voted. Tonight, they are not agenda topics, so you won't see us respond in any way. With that in mind, we first have Dr. Dana Granberg-Hill, or Nil, I'm sorry. And again, if you would state your name and your address and the topic. And we're running the clock over here. And we're running clock. Okay.
My name is Dr. Granberg Nil. I just got married in December, so that's new for me too. I am from Kansas City, Missouri, and I do not have students in this district. I have many patients in this district, many of which I've watched grow up for about as long as I've watched my own kids grow up, hence why I'm here. I just wanted to speak with regard to the masks and also the injections, which are increasingly of concern for me. I want to let you know that at the beginning of this whole pandemic, I, like you all, look to guidance for our local and state and national agencies and other physicians as well. But as time went by, I just had a sense that what I was hearing and seeing was not jiving with what I was seeing in private practice and hearing from my patients. I've heard discussion of all benefits and no risks to both the mask and the injection, both of which were brought out under the Emergency Use Act. And both of these, as under the EUA, still require patient consent. And that includes discussion of both risk and benefit. I would ask how many people who have had the vaccine, whether that's a teacher or even a student at this point, had a true discussion on the risk and benefit of this injection, other than free donuts, lottery entries, the promise of mask-free living and travel. Those are not really benefits. The FDA acknowledges, and I do quote, "Nor is there evidence that the vaccine prevents transmission of SARS-CoV-2 virus from person to person," I end the quote. There are thousands of cases now of COVID positive individuals hospitalized across this country that are partially and fully vaccinated. In addition, the mortality for those under 50, which is probably most of the teachers in this district, and for the students certainly, is 0.40 and 3%, statistically zero. And that is why there is a lawsuit filed for a temporary restraining order by the American frontline doctors to hold and halt injections for 16 years old and under. In the last 24 hours, the World Health Organization has posted 2 versions of their stance on this vaccine for 16 years and younger. I will go with the one that I will be relying on in my personal practice. The vaccine, and this is a quote, has only been tested in children above 16 years of age. Therefore, at this time, the WHO does not recommend vaccination below 16 years of age, even if they belong to a higher risk group. End quote. I do have screenshots of this because the recommendations oddly changed 12 hours after they posted that. So how do you as a health board and me as a physician know where to lean to for recommendations with regard to health? Other than the Clay County Health Board? Mark?
That's 3 minutes.
Okay. Sorry.
If you want to wrap up, that's fine. Just a quick, maybe a couple
It's
sentences.
very hard to get through this topic in 3 minutes. I apologize. I will wrap up by saying this. And this is what I've spoken twice to the Clay County Health Board. Masks are not the only way out of COVID, and vaccines are not the only way out of masks. To say otherwise shows a disregard to all that has been revealed in the last year and a half, and the initiative to find safe, effective solutions. Please, when you're looking to advise for your policies, consider those that are also talking about the risk of masks and injections, because we will have an infectious disease season again.
Next, we have Molly Starkey.
Hi, many of you I know personally and some of you are friends of mine, so I do appreciate you hearing me tonight. And I have thought many hours about what I'm going to say tonight, and I've not said anything for a long time. So I decided to tonight after watching last month. And like I said, community that I love, respect, and admire. And that's why I'm concerned. And so I'm speaking on behalf of the parents and taxpayers of Kearney, Missouri, who do not agree with the diversity, equity, and inclusion curriculum being pushed into school. And I especially do not agree with it being pushed in the K through 5 grade. Mrs. Scott presented the information to us at the May 19th board meeting, and I know there's been some before. And we have been told numerous times that it is not critical race theory. And we want to believe this, we really do. But we feel we've been given a runaround on many issues in the past couple of years, and we want to demand complete transparency from now on. And our trust has been broken. Yes. Given the information that we take in on a daily basis as parents of school-aged children, how can we not be concerned about what is going on in our schools? The Missouri CRT report from NoLeftTurn.org states that Missouri DESE, Missouri School Boards Association, and even North Kansas City school districts are listed as clients. We have just let go of an amazing early childhood director, but we have now hired an educational equity consultant for the district. So I've heard. This is another red flag in the CRT movement. Our children are honorable and strong, but they still need guidance on many things in life. They do not need an entire curriculum that is confusing and no doubt makes some of them uncomfortable about who they are or what their identity is. They need us to be strong and to not cave to cultural pressure. They do not need us to convince them of something that is strange to some of them. Our country has turned language and semantics upside down. Words have to be researched to find out if they have another meaning. That's normal. But our nation has started to teach children to look at their skin color before anything else. And seeking diversity merely for the sake of diversity can only divide. Our nation has started to force children to look only at what they are given in life first and to not work hard or have good character to be successful in life. Equity is not equality. Our nation has started to force children to identify socially, which they still need guidance on till adulthood. But they are being forced to, at times, identify sexually at very young ages, and I believe that is true sexual or abuse. I'm not saying that there are not racially motivated issues happening. I'm saying an entire curriculum to be pushed into schools is not necessary. Just because our city does not have a huge population of people of color does not mean that we are racist, bigoted, immoral, or hateful. Parents and community members, Helping to understand how these DEI book lists and book titles are not divisive or
And Ms.
controversial.
Starkey,
Got it,
please wrap up, please.
got it.
Thank you.
HRC, NAACP, I feel like need to be done away with. We do not need to be associated with both of those.
Amen.
I have so much more to say. The last 2 years have been confusing and chaotic, and as a community, it seems we cannot agree on social education. So let's take it out. DEI is not a savior program. Let's got tied to the HRC, to NAACP, and as
Thank
a
you.
veteran
Thank
teacher and
you.
educator,
Ma'am,
character education, that's
Thank
it. Character
Amen.
education.
next we have Michelle Dickerson. And if you would state your name and your address, please.
My name is Michelle Dickerson, and I have 3 kiddos who live in Kearney. I am going to be focusing on the DEI and additional concerns. We have been told by the
Your
district.
address, please. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry?
I asked for address too, please.
Oh, nobody else has given it, so.
Yes, they did. The first lady.
No.
did.
They did not. They said the city limit lived there.
You know, guys, she didn't say she lived in Kearney. I mean, I'm not gonna be difficult, but just answer the question.
I did say I live in Kearney.
Better speak.
So we have been told by the district that DEI is not the same as CRT. Then what is it? Where is a copy of the curriculum and can we see it? Where is an explanation of what your intentions are to teach the children? All of my research indicates that DEI is the same as CRT, just different titles. There are many things that have created lack of trust within the district. There is a DEI committee that has been formed that I nor any other parent that I have spoken with were notified or invited to join this committee by the district. Were these people handpicked? Someone was hired to help shape the narrative about KSD, align communications and community relations to the district's strategic plan, and provide pertinent counsel to the superintendent and other district leaders. I am sure you all are aware of this individual's Twitter accounts and views that were posted, and some of those views being associated with a KSD email account. I could, but don't want to give examples because that's not what I want to do, but it is concerning. My question is to you is what type of research do you do before hiring someone? The same values that are in the KSD handbook and the things that will not be tolerated. Do employees have to uphold the same standards? If parents are able to find these things so easily, so are our children and so would you. In regards to investigations for a KSD employee, is it consistent with who is put on administrative leave? These are all things that we do not know. Where is the transparency? There is division all throughout our country, and this curriculum creates more of that and not unity, not equality, and not true American history. We know that KSD is not like other schools in the country and know that this currently is not happening in our district. However, with the lack of transparency and leaders that are questionable, we are concerned that we are going to follow in the same destructive path. I think the majority of parents would agree with this statement. We have always been proud of our district and proud to be a Bulldog. However, with the bullying continuing to be an issue that doesn't appear that it's being handled, and with the lack of transparency surrounding this curriculum, pride might be changing. DEI or CRT, or whatever school calls it, is not something that is just a Kearney issue. This is a state issue. This is a country issue.
Yep.
Jefferson City will be holding a meeting next Wednesday at 12:30 about CRT, and anyone is welcome to speak. We want equality and unity, not division. Our children aren't born with hate that's taught. Thank you.
Debbie Park.
Debbie Park, and I live in Kearney, Missouri. So I'm addressing some of the handbook issues and curriculum as well. Why would the district remove progress reports for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade? An elementary handbook. And the grading procedures for Kearney Junior High book. This makes no sense to me. It's the process in the elementary one said it was designed to help parents gauge their child's progress. even removing to check the progress report on the website. Why aren't we encouraging parents to know their children, what their children are doing, how well they're doing, to be active in their learning? This should be a common thing. The district has also removed classroom observation. This is very disturbing to me as a parent. We should know, we should be able to see what our kids are learning. We should know exactly what they're learning and be able to observe. Our children can't even get through the year through all the curriculum, but we want to add more curriculum, new stuff. And when I've asked about it, exactly what it's going to be and what the information is, I get the runaround. There's not information about it. And what you've heard before and what there is, it's very disturbing. So why are these changes being made? Why are we involving the parents more? With everything that's gone on through the last year, the trust in the district has been severely damaged. So I understand that the board has allowed other parents to speak tonight, but perhaps as the board, you need to send out notices to parents to let them know the procedures quarterly, maybe monthly, of how to get stuff on the agenda. As parents, we are all going to start being involved.
Yes.
Next, we have Megan Lewis.
Hello, my name is Megan Lewis, and I have 3 children who attend elementary school within the Kearney district. We have been residents of Kearney for over 9 years. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm getting choked up. We moved here before our oldest was born because we knew Kearney was a top contender for school. The 2020 school year was one we will never forget. We all faced new challenges as parents, teachers, staff, community members, and most of all, our children. During the March 2020 board meeting, a board member made a comment that stuck out to me. He said, quote, "It's all about the kids and doing what's best for them," end quote. I am here before you today to share my idea of that very statement, doing what is best for our kids. These kids should have a choice to go to school in a mask or not. I understand some parents might not agree with that statement, but I do know of many who share my same concerns. I have personally seen negative effects of my own kids from wearing these masks all day. And I'm not willing to sacrifice their mental, emotional, and physical health again. Not to mention the educational challenges these masks have brought my kids and many other kids. I'm going to skip the next part because I don't think I have time. It's been recently learned that the school board has a policy in place to follow the guidance from the Clay County Public Health. After listening and attending the board meetings for Clay County Public Health, I do not think that they have the same value as we do, doing what's best for our kids. I encourage the board to make a motion to remove that policy. As the board of Kearney School District, you should be gathering data, research, and suggestions from more than one source.
That's right.
Amen.
Yes.
Including surveys to all parents on subjects like masking our children all day or implementing new curriculum.
Absolutely. Yes.
When it comes to our children's mental and physical health and safety, we need to have a say as parents on these policies and procedures. Now that we know more about this virus, and per your recent email that children are at a very low risk of transmitting it, this must be a choice for us, the parents, to make. I do understand that this requirement has been dropped now that we're in summer school session, but my concern is for 2021-22 school year. Will our children be once again forced to wear masks again? Thank you.
Thank you all. I appreciate you coming. Appreciate your thoughts. The board certainly will take those into consideration. Next, we have recognitions. Who's going to present on that?
Brian's not. Brian's gonna click that link and stuff.
So everyone knows Cindy O'Brien, who is retiring from our district as vice principal. How many years? 13?
I was here 16,
16.
43 altogether.
43 altogether. Is a recipient of the Pioneer of Education Award. We're going to have a presentation about that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tom, thanks for coming too.
Hi, Mom. The legacy that you've left in both Savannah and Kearney is unprecedented. You are an incredible, strong female leader.
Hey Cindy, you've done some amazing work over the years and saved so many children. I cannot tell you how appreciative I am of that. Also want to thank you for all the wonderful work that you've done mentoring young administrators, teaching them about what's most important, including some of those who you work for, and me, of course. Thanks for all your work.
Once I got into my job, I soon began to realize what an amazing person that she was. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. She taught me how to be a better person, a better mom, a better friend. And I can't imagine not having Cindy as a person in my life, as a mentor.
Cindy O, sitting here in your favorite spot in the Commons, right next to the front door, where all your senior study hall kids, you shoo them into the theater so they didn't go down the hallway during fifth hour. It was always funny. I sat down at my end of the Commons and watched the senior study hall kids come in when you were not here, and they'd all stand right here or go into the theater even without you being here. Showed the respect they had for you, showed the respect everybody has for you.
Well, congratulations on your award. And the definition of a pioneer is a person who's among the first to explore a position. And that fits you perfectly because you were the first woman administrator at Savannah High School. You were the first high school woman administrator at Kearney. And by being successful in this position, you opened up a whole new door to other women to get an opportunity to be an administrator too.
Hi Cindy, congratulations, yay! This is video number, 75. You would just tell me to suck it up, quit your crying, get it done. I love you.
Hi Cindy, congratulations on being recognized as a pioneer in education. I can't think of anyone more deserving of this award than you are. Your passion and compassion for kids is immeasurable, and you have proven that every day that you have walked through the doors of Kearney High School. Thank you for everything you have done for the Kearney School District. I just think you're an amazing human being. Thank you for your mentorship. Most importantly, thank you for your friendship. Love ya.
Mrs. O'Brien, just want to give you a huge shout out for winning the Pioneer in Education Award. I can't think of a better person. You have been a rock for the Kearney School District. I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for our students, our staff, and especially our administration. I look forward to having you as a resource.
Absolutely.
Official friends, try to come up, please. Tell us a little bit about this is for the boys tennis, placed 4th in states doubles. Colby, tell us a little bit about your years.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, my name is Caitlin LaFrenz. I am the head coach for both girls and boys tennis here at Kearney. I'm here to introduce you guys to one of our top doubles teams, Colby Smothers and Grant Wolfcamp. They played as our #1 and #2 singles varsity team players, and then they played as our #1 doubles varsity players. They saw great success this year on the courts. I have their stats written down because there's a lot of them for them. Both athletes saw great success. Their season record was 21-3, which is phenomenal. They placed first in the varsity Excelsior Springs tournament. Together, they went undefeated in all of their conference and team district matches. They helped the team earn the district champion title, which was an incredible accomplishment considering Kearney was seeded 3rd. The doubles team went on to take the first place in the Class 2 District 8 individual tennis tournament as a doubles team. And that earned them a ticket to the Class 2 Missouri State tennis competition, which was the first for the men's tennis program. The duo played phenomenally at state and they earned 4th place, which is incredible. They played some phenomenal matches there. And then they went on and they were recently named a part of the Courier Tribune's all-area tennis team. Those of you that have been able to watch Colby and Grant, and those of you that have ever watched the men's tennis match here at Kearney, you know how fun it is to watch them play. They feed off of each other's energy. And in the words, famous quote from Grant, if it's, what do I have? On a scale of fun to none, we're winning. All of that fun and hard work Colby and Grant have put in over the years definitely showed through the success they saw and honors they've earned this year. Congrats, guys.
Close enough. We'll just do it right here. Come a little forward. A little forward.
Congratulations.
I'm Coach Hutton. This is my first year at Kearney. Last year was supposed to be my first year, and we got 13 days in, so it took a little while to get these kids back, and what a group we had this year. You know, I'm not up in this Kearney girls track, but I think we had one of the more successful seasons this year with a 9th place finish at state. Our 4x4 team kind of put a little dramatics into it. We were sitting at, I believe, 12th place going into that event. I felt we had a top 10 team, but we were sitting 12, and the 4x4 kind of slammed the door and picked up enough points so that we could end up with a 9th place finish there, and I was extremely proud of that. I will say this is the first year as a track coach that every athlete on the girls' team that ran an event was all state. First year it's ever happened. Challenge these girls, you know, at the conference track meet, I think they remember that night. We had a pretty good night there, came up 10 points short of Platte County, and put a challenge on them right there. I think they saw at that point what they were capable of doing. I saw as a track coach the potential this team had at that point, and then we rolled on from there. So again, extremely proud of this group of ladies. Braylon Rivera was 5th in the discus and 8th in the shot put, 2-time All-Stater. Ava Lawless is 3rd in the triple jump and 4th with 4x2 relay. Morgan Wood, 6th in the 300 hurdles, 3rd in the 4x4 relay, 4th in the 800 relay, and the 4x200 relay, which was 4th place as well. I can question the strength of some of these girls' necks when they were walking out with more than one medal around. Abby Stamper, 4x2 relay. Jaden Barnes, 4x2 relay, 4x4 relay, and 4x8. I will say at that point, Jaden also ran the 200, and that was one of the strongest field of 200 runners I have seen in a long time. You know, she finished 10th, I believe there. Pretty big accomplishment. Like I said, the 200 and 800, that meet that day were about as strong as I've seen ever. She had a pretty good accomplishment there. Lila Murphy, 3rd in the 4x4 and 4th. Shelby Singleton, 3rd in the 4x400 relay. Jillian Vaughn, 4th in the 4x800 relay. Abby Smith's out of town. She was also 4th in the 4x800 relay. Gracie Bomar in the 4x8 relay as well, 4th place. Abby Elam, 4x800 relay, and she went as the 4x2 alternate. Alicia Hand, 4x200 relay. Taylor Franklin, who's also at work tonight, was the 4x400 relay. It finished with that 3rd place finish as well. So we took 13 girls down there. And like I say, we pretty much medaled everyone that stepped on the track and ran tonight. We lose a good senior class. We lose 3 solid seniors with us tonight, Jillian Morgan and Bray Lynn. Hopefully they've left their legacy for the younger girls to step up. We want to say take their place, but no, not take their place, but join the ranks of what they've done for them, okay? Ladies, I'm still extremely proud of you and still thinking of that week about every week. Still, good job.
And here's the other, tall ones in back, short ones in front. I'm not making any calls.
Stay back, Gracie.
All right.
Yep. Thank you all. Congratulations. Draw. Congratulations.
First of all, just a lot of thank yous to the Board of Education at Kearney. Thank you guys so much for your support and recognition of this great team, the historic team that we had in 2021. I really appreciate you guys recognizing them. Our administration and high school athletic director, Dave Schwarzenbach, Andy Gustafson, Sandy Henshaw, Dan Miller, and the O'Brien family. Mrs. O'Brien and Coach O'Brien, who's an assistant on our track team, have been with me for a number of years. The O'Brien family, what they've done for high school track and Kearney and the support and help that they have done has been very, very admirable. And I appreciate it on a personal level right at the top. So good thing is they'll still both be around. So I'm hoping. Cindy does a lot for our home track meet, so, and things that she does, so hopefully she still does that. As you can see in the back, man, we got a lot of kids out there. We got a lot of kids. We got a great coaching staff. Coach Hutton, that you've already met. Coach O'Brien coaches our middle distance and distance crew. Coach Colauer also coaches our middle distance and distance crew. The Daniels family, Coach Chris Daniels and who's Heidi. And Coach Rachel Daniels, they coach our throwers. They're here tonight, but Coach Rankin, she's been here for 37, 38 years, coaching the jump still. Coach Kenny Brown's been here for over 20 years, coaching pole vault. Coach Hunter Gray is his first year here, who is a former athlete of mine that was an extremely successful track athlete for us, and be able to get him and pry him in and teaching him how to be a track coach, having him around has been great. I'm missing somebody. Coach Haas, Coach Brinkley. Those two are this kind of the same thing as Coach Hutton. Second year. That was their first year last year, but their second, really their first year this year. And I tell you, wherever we go, that's the big thing that we always talk about. We are blessed at Kearney to be able to have 11 track coaches because we have a huge amount of kids. And not do we have 11, but all 11 are phenomenal. They're amazing, amazing coaches. And, you know, we're admired by a lot of people in Kansas City and the state area of just the coaching staff that we have. How are you able to get these folks in there? We're just able to. We're able to regular them in and keep them. So with our continuity and everything has been stable for a number of years. We've had a great amount of success over the course of many years. This year, 2021, this boys team, they took their 5th consecutive conference championship, has not been done. And we won by almost 50 points over the field. It was complete domination of that. And then we went to districts and won our 4th district championship out of the last 6 years. And we scored over 200 points. And then we went to the sectionals. And at sectionals, we finished first in that and scored almost 200 points there. The 19 events at track at the state meet, we were able to take 12 events out of the 19 to the state track meet. That sets you up pretty good. So you got to perform at that point. And we got veterans that are back here, our senior class, you know, Kyle Hofer, Carter Woods, Alex Colson, and Reed Beeler, who is not here. They have been running for us since they were freshmen. It's kind of funny that the Hofer family showed me a picture a couple weeks back of when he was a freshman getting his certificate. He was about this tall. You ran the first leg of the 4x8. You had to fight to get to the front, and that boy ran hard and well. So we have a lot of veterans here that did extremely well, but you know, with that, we have a lot of youth that's coming back from this team. This team was able to take second state. We've never done that before. And we were 7 points short. You know, you know, you can look at different scenarios and stuff, but I tell you what, these boys, whenever I had them, I was excited. It's like, we took second, guys. They're like, It's like, no, I don't like second. I was like, I get that, but understand what you've done. You've been a historic boys track team. And whatever we do past this point, you know, you guys were a part of history. And I can't tell you how proud I am of those accomplishments that you've done. And you seniors, can't believe it. I have to finally say goodbye. These types of things is like, you got to say goodbye to them. And these boys have been a big part of my life for the last 4 years. And these youngsters are going to be a big part of my life as we go through. I can't be more proud of the team that I have here, the kids that we have at Kearney High School, and the things that we do, and the program that we have built, and the coaching staff that we have. And thank you for letting me talk about them, because as their head coach, I can't be more proud to be their head coach. So thank you guys, appreciate it. First off, we had Luke Nolan. Luke Nolan took second in the long jump. He jumped 23 feet. That was up for debate with the kid who won it, but I don't want to get into that. He also placed second in 110-meter hurdles. He broke the school record twice this year at 14.74 seconds. He was also sixth in the 4x200-meter relay. He had a pretty good day. Logan Ariano took second in the 400 coming out of the first heat. And he almost won it, and it was a great race. He had one heck of a race in the 4x8. We took third in the 4x8, and our state championship team of the 4x4, in which he anchored, and we had the baton, and he was a little bit behind, and some other people were going, hey, that's the kid who won the 400 meter. That's the kid who got second in the 400 meter. That's how it's going to finish. I'm going, no, it's not. Logan pulled it off. We were able to win the state championship in 4x4 the last day, the last event of the day. It was extremely exciting. And if you guys saw the paper, you saw the excitement on the kid's face when he crossed the finish line. So that's pretty good. Next up, KJ Smith. KJ took second in the discus. He threw a PR of 170 feet. Again, he had a great throw and a great day. There was a kid from Willard. Wow. He kind of threw far that day. So, KJ had a great thing by KJ. Grayson was unable to be here tonight because he's on his way to Arkansas for a track meet. He took fifth in the discus also. Sophomore. Next up, Will Dolliner. Will Dolliner took sixth in the 4x200-meter relay. He was our #1 kid out of the blocks every race, and he was dynamite all through the year. Freshman Brock Kohlauer took sixth in the 4x200-meter relay. He ran a heck of a leg himself. Next up. Joseph Marshall. Joe took sixth in the 4x200-meter relay, and also was a part of that state championship 4x400-meter relay team. Had a heck of a day. Carter Woods took third in the 4x800-meter relay. He anchored it for us. Boy, he had to run hard, and he did to keep it. And it was a good day because we went into that race ranked 13th. I think that was the 16th team, 16 teams, and we took it. So that's a pretty good day. Kyler Chapel also took third in the 4x800-meter relay and was also a part of the state championship team in the 4x400-meter relay. Kyle Hofer took seventh in the 400 meters. He took third in the 4x800-meter relay team and was also a part of that state championship 4x400-meter relay team. Adam Hoffman went, and this was his first year qualified for the state in the javelin. He had a heck of a day. He had to battle through a slight little injury for the last couple of weeks of the season, but he had a great season, getting himself in a position to be qualified for the state meet. Next up. Alex Colson was our alternates in our relays. He was also the senior leader of our sprint relay group. He was amazing for the last few years, and the leadership that he provided with that sprint group on a daily basis when it comes to stretching, when it comes to pushing and working hard. He was a prime example of what a Kearney athlete is. So his services and at the Kearney track will definitely be missed in that sprint group years to come. Dave Gregory was also alternate in the 4x4 state championship team. He ran the 4x4 a lot of times for the year and the 400 for the year. Again, Jake is another one of those kids that, as a young man, as next year we look for good things out of him. And he's been to the state meet twice, and by golly, he wants to go a third time, but this time he wants to get it done. So. Tim Chad took 9th in the pole vault, and in track, you're all stated you're 1 through 8. So finishing 9th and kind of stinks and everything, but he had a EPR that day, had a great day. He was excited. At first, he was a little nervous. I was watching, and I was like, "Oh, come on, where's the John? Get loose, use him," and he did, and they started. And our last one here was another senior Reed Wheeler. He's on a family vacation. But I'll say about Reed again, like all these seniors that we have, he's been with us ever since. And it's always been a small group. When they're a freshman, it was a small group. Sophomore was a small group. It was always a small group. And those kids that have been here, that 4 years is stuck it out. Reed Wheeler, he's been an alternate on 4x8. He's run our 16s, he's run our 32s, he's done a lot of different things we've asked him to do. And he had a great year. And all of these boys had an excellent year. And yeah. Thanks, y'all. Back now, 2 rows. All right, bunch up as much as you can.
Yeah, coach.
Oh, I asked Jeff. Yes. I didn't do nothing. Boys did.
From the chicks.
Total? 12.
Great.
Come on up. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Very nice to see. Congratulations.
Yeah.
It really is. Appreciated.
All right.
Next, we have consent agenda. Entertain a motion.
Move that the consent agenda be approved as presented.
Second.
All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Next, we have information items. First up is financial.
The May financials was presented for your information.
I do have a question.
Okay.
So we have surplus obviously for this this year that we're having the ability to do some things. But how does next year's projections, how do you feel about it?
20%.
Is it looking good? Okay. That's my only question. Thank you.
Okay. Action items. Adopted the policies, voted on once. Any questions, any discussion? If not, entertain a motion.
Move to adopt policies GCBDA and GDBDA on second reading as presented.
Second.
All in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Next, we have approval of the salary schedules.
Move to approve all salary schedules as presented for the 2021-2022 school year and the miscellaneous salary schedule with changes for summer school pay rates for 2020 and 2021 school year.
Second.
All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Next, we have the budget. We have questions on it.
She said 20%. We're good for next year. Okay. She told me that I'm good.
All right. Entertain a motion.
Move to approve the unaudited final budget for fiscal year 2021 and to close out year as presented.
Second.
All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Somebody's checking with Darlene there.
Yeah. She's got it up right there.
Next, we have approval of the 2022 budget. Does anyone have any questions beyond the one you've already asked?
Move to approve the fiscal year 2022 budget as presented.
Second.
All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Next, we entertain board paid insurance. Anyone have any questions about this?
So the rest of the, our peer group, obviously, we're trying to get closer to that. Are we paying 100% at this point on this, or are we getting, but we're getting closer? We're getting closer. That is a goal, obviously, we want to get there. So.
I mean, our goals are for salary and benefits.
That's
to
right.
be
That's right.
within the middle.
The middle third, that's correct.
I mean, and so, obviously, there's components to that, not there for most of our salary.
Right. Well, the nice thing is we found some opportunity to do that, so I think that this was obviously a good thing.
And Jen, you said 85% participate in 85% of our employees.
85% of our employees
Yeah.
participate in our benefits.
Okay. Entertain motion.
Move to approve board paid employee insurance amount from $475 to $500 monthly for FY22.
Second.
All those in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Next is board member comments.
Wait on me?
I'm not waiting on anybody. I'll wait. Summarize.
You'll summarize. You'll wait till after what I'm done. Obviously, tonight was a very unique night, and I want to take away the positive of this is a great community with great parent involvement, and to me, that's exciting because it's a we statement. It's a we Kearney statement, and I appreciate whether the views and values are all consistent with everything that I view isn't relevant. What's relevant is that it's a we Kearney, and we want to be involved. And I like that parents want to be involved. And I think that the board made a good decision tonight in letting those voices be heard. I think that we showed out in a great way. And I think that we continue to show that we are transparent and that we do value our constituents or stakeholders, because we are stakeholders as well. I mean, if anything, we care more because, and I'm going to say that because we're sitting here and we're giving our time freely. We don't get paid to do this. We do this because we love our Carnegie School District. We were born and raised here, or we're new to here, and we care about our kids getting a great education. And I think that as long as that is the focus in the community, I can get behind that.
No, I think our board works well together. I think we support our community. I think generally our community supports us. I think we all bear in mind that we are here for 3,600 kids, not one individual. There's no single voice on this board or in this community, and we all work together. And I hope that people will recognize that, continue to recognize that, follow that directly.
Yeah, and I would say, just some people speak, and some people know us, and some people know we care, and we know they care from whatever part they played in the role, either as a teacher or whatever like that. They know we care, and our children are here too, and we all play that role, and we listen, and we're part of that. We're transparent as we can be, and we move forward and that sort of thing, and we don't have any discrepancies or this or that, anything like that. We're not trying to hide or anything like that, and we're here every month. Same bad time, not same bad time, but what I mean is, and people are welcome to come, that sort of thing. And I think that was a hard decision. It's been a hard year in healthcare. I lived in a hospital 7 days a week, guys, 7 days a week. Some of you guys are not sure that 13, 14 hours days in a mask, just living there. So me, it was important to have all you guys in here tonight, have people in here and stuff like that. And I think I've voted that. And so I think why it may be hard and why it may have made our night a little bit longer, and it was welcome. So.
And I think that although we may feel like that there are different paths, there's not a doubt in my mind that everybody in this room, everybody that's already left this room, everybody in this community has the kids' best interest at heart. And if we continue to focus on that, we can come to consensus on anything. I think so.
Well, I agree with what John said with the community involvement. I actually personally would be more terrified if we're sitting here with an empty room tonight, because the lack of parent involvement would be very concerning to me. I think that the fact that we have people who want to be involved is very encouraging to me. As a parent of 3 in the district, all of these topics come up. I see them on Facebook. I have people reach out. I have to play 2 different roles. I have to play a board member role. I have to play a parent role. And so I have to look at this from lots of different angles as these topics are coming up. And one of the things I challenge myself on is making sure that I'm getting facts about what's going on. And so I would just, I think as a board, we do try to do the best that we can with the information that we have. And I think that's the best we can do sometimes.
Yeah, the individuals that spoke tonight, I want to say thank you. Your speeches and your time to make them, you guys were respectful, and I appreciate that. So thank you for taking the time to do that. Brian's right. The information that we have is sometimes all of my children are elementary, and so I don't necessarily see what happens in the high school and that kind of stuff. So your eyes out in the community, they're needed, and we welcome them. So keep bringing them to us. We appreciate your input.
Thank you. Appreciate your thoughts. Next, we have important dates. Last day of summer school is June 30th. June 14th, we have a board work session. July 21st, July 14th, July 1st. Next board meeting, August 24th. Coming soon. That's fast. Entertain a motion.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you got it.
Action for closed session to immediately proceed the regular meeting in July, including any record or vote to discuss items and issue allowable under section 610-021 for the Missouri Sunshine Law.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Darlene Bailey?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
Yes.
Dan Holloway?
Yes.
Todd Kern?
Yes.
Bree Switzer?
Yes.
Susan Morman? Yes. Mark Kelly?
Yes. Thank you all. Meeting adjourned.